If you've ever heard that time, hard work, and patience are keys to the door of success, then you've heard right, and today's video will prove it to you. We will be exploring the life stories of some of the most successful people who had nothing at the start except for a vision and determination. They kept building on the foundation, and success followed. Learning from their stories, you can take inspiration and make your dreams come true. So, without any more delay, let's have a look at real stories of people who rose from rags to riches. Literally.
You have to be yourself. Doesn't matter if the people like or not. You think I'm gonna change now? Our Christian self is always, I'm gonna change now. You think with nearly 40 years old, I'm gonna change? Of course not.
Life is so different for someone born into adversity compared to someone born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Imagine starting at the bottom, where even basic things like food, education, or a safe place to live aren't guaranteed. For those born into struggle, every step forward feels like climbing a mountain. They have to hustle harder, prove themselves more, and often fight against a world that underestimates them. But here's the thing, this journey gives them grit, resilience, and an incredible sense of gratitude when they finally succeed. They know the value of every win because nothing comes easy. Now, on the flip side, being born into wealth means starting life miles ahead in the race. Connections, resources, and opportunities are often handed to them. Sure, they might have their own struggles, like living up to expectations or finding their identity, but they don't feel the raw pressure of survival. Their path is more about preserving and growing what they've been given, rather than building from scratch. Both paths can lead to success, but the journey shapes people differently. One builds raw strength, the other might nurture confidence. Neither is better, but man, that climb from nothing, it creates legends which we are now going to explore. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Born in a tiny Austrian village in 1947, Arnold grew up in a strict household with barely any luxuries. His father was an alcoholic police officer and quite tough on him. Arnold never saw much money but had big dreams. As a teen, he discovered bodybuilding and set his sights on becoming the best. Imagine a skinny kid lifting makeshift weights in a local gym. That was Arnold Schwarzenegger at age 15. Reg Park was his idol, and he wanted to be like him. For that, Arnold lifted weights in his attic and read fitness magazines obsessively. By the time he was 20, Arnold had achieved his first major goal. He became the youngest person to win the prestigious Mr. Universe title. But he wasn't done. He had his eyes set on America, the land of dreams. In 1968, with barely any money in his pocket and limited English, Arnold moved to Los Angeles. During the day, he trained relentlessly for bodybuilding competitions, and at night, he worked as a bricklayer and attended college. But that bricklayer went on to dominate the bodybuilding world, winning Mr. Olympia 7 times and earning the nickname the Austrian Oak. Hollywood wasn't easy to crack. Casting agents mocked his accent and massive build, but Arnold didn't let that stop him. He landed roles in films like Conan the Barbarian and hit superstardom with The Terminator, cementing his legacy as a global icon. Today, Arnold is a household name. He's an actor, businessman, and even a former governor of California. He's worth over $1.1 billion, still advocates for fitness, and inspires millions with his story of turning nothing into everything. From a small-town boy to one of the most successful figures in the world, Arnold is living proof of what determination can achieve. J.K. Rowling. With millions of fans around the world, Harry Potter is a well-known book that made massive fanhood, but also changed the life of its author. J.K. Rowling always had a thing for writing since childhood. She started creating stories at just 6 years old. But life wasn't easy. After graduating from university, she worked as a researcher and teacher, barely making ends meet. Then, tragedy struck. Her mother died from multiple sclerosis, leaving Rowling devastated. Around the same time, she moved to Portugal, got married, and had a daughter, Jessica. But the marriage didn't last, and Rowling found herself a single mother, unemployed, and living on welfare back in the UK. She had hit rock bottom and didn't have enough money to pay her rent on time. The difficulties of being a poor single parent caused her to face depression, but one thing kept her going: a story about a boy wizard named Harry. Rowling wrote the first chapters of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in cafes, while Jessica napped beside her. She poured her pain, imagination, and hope into those pages. Now getting the book published was another battle. She went to publisher after publisher to get her work in print, but no one saw any potential in Harry Potter. Imagine, after 12 rejections from publishers, Bloomsbury finally took a chance, though they warned her she'd never make money writing children's books. And we all know just how wrong they were. The Harry Potter series became a global phenomenon, selling over 600 million copies and spawning movies,
merchandise, and a cultural legacy that isn't ready to die out anytime soon.
J.K. Rowling is one of the most successful female writers in recent history, as well as one of the most beloved British authors of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo. At a net worth of $800 million, Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the few names that everybody who knows about football can identify. But his life wasn't always fame and riches. Ronaldo's journey from humble beginnings to global football stardom is nothing short of inspirational. Born in 1985 in Madeira, Portugal, Ronaldo grew up in a working-class neighborhood. His mother, Maria Dolores dos Santos Aveiro, was a cook, and his father, José Diniz Aveiro, worked as a municipal gardener and part-time kitman for a local football club. Financial hardships were a constant in Ronaldo's early life, and he shared a small room with his 3 siblings. But this man had a natural talent with the ball. Ronaldo exhibited an outstanding passion and talent in the field. He joined the local club Andorinha, where his father worked, and his talent quickly became evident. At 12, he moved to Lisbon to join Sporting CP's academy, which became a significant step that required leaving his family and hometown. This transition was challenging, but Ronaldo's determination towards the sport was something else. At 18, Ronaldo's exceptional skills caught the attention of Manchester United, leading to his transfer in 2003. Under the mentorship of Sir Alex Ferguson, he honed his abilities, contributing to the team's success in the Premier League and UEFA Champions League. His performance earned him the FIFA World Player of the Year award in 2008. In 2023, he joined Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia, continuing to showcase his enduring talent. He also has business acumen and has built a substantial business empire, including his CR7 brand. Every football lover adores Ronaldo because he's the ultimate underdog story. From a poor kid in Madeira to a global icon, he's proof that hard work beats everything. His insane skills, never give up attitude, and passion on the pitch inspire millions, encompassing clothing, footwear, and fragrances. Howard Schultz. Next time you buy a Starbucks coffee, appreciate the fascinating story of its former CEO, Howard Schultz. He is the billionaire whose journey to success is all about vision, hustle, and turning no into yes. Growing up in Brooklyn's Bayview housing projects, Howard saw firsthand what life was like without opportunities. His dad, Fred Schultz, worked unstable jobs, and when Fred got injured, the family had no safety net. For Howard, watching his dad struggle lit a fire in him to create something better, not just for himself, but for others too. So he made sports his ladder. Howard was talented enough at football to earn a scholarship to Northern Michigan University, where he studied communications. After college, he didn't land a dream job right away. Instead, he worked in sales, eventually ending up at Hammerplast, a Swedish company selling coffee makers. Here's where the game changed. Howard noticed Starbucks, then just a small Seattle company selling coffee beans, was buying an unusually high number of coffee machines. He visited and fell in love with their passion for quality coffee. Howard joined Starbucks in 1982 and had an idea that would completely transform the brand. Selling coffee drinks, not just beans. He got the inspiration from visiting Italy, where espresso bars were a central part of life. But Starbucks owners didn't see his vision, so Howard left and launched Il Giornale in 1985, showcasing his espresso bar idea. It was a hit. 2 years later, he bought Starbucks for $3.8 million and merged it with Il Giornale. Howard took what he learned about making coffee an experience and treating employees right, and built Starbucks into the giant it is today. Duwan Chang. Duwan Chang's journey from humble beginnings to founding a global fashion empire is a testament to perseverance and hard work. Born in 1954 in Seoul, South Korea, he grew up in a small working-class family. Life wasn't easy, and they didn't have a lot of money, but that didn't stop Do-won from dreaming big. In 1981, he and his wife, Jin Suk, made a big decision. They packed up and moved to America, hoping for better opportunities. They didn't have much when they arrived in California, and to make ends meet, Do-won worked a bunch of tough jobs, like cleaning, working at a gas station, and even at a coffee shop. But he kept his eyes open for a better way. One day, Do-won realized that a lot of successful people in America were in the fashion business. He saw a chance and thought, why not I give it a shot? So, in 1984, he and Jin Suk opened their first store called Fashion 21 in Los Angeles. They sold affordable, trendy clothes aimed at the Korean American community, and it worked. In the first year, they made $700,000 in sales. The couple didn't stop there. They rebranded their store to Forever 21 and expanded quickly. They opened new stores like crazy, always keeping up with fast-moving trends, which was huge for their success. Soon, Forever 21 was everywhere, across the US and even overseas. Despite some bumps along the way, like going through bankruptcy in 2019, Forever 21 remains a major player in retail, and Do-won's journey is a perfect example of how hard work, taking chances, and sticking with your vision can turn things around and lead to massive success. Chris Gardner. You've probably seen Will Smith starring Hollywood movie called The Pursuit of Happiness. It's a heart-wrenching but inspiring story of Chris Gardner, and his real-life story is even more unbelievable. Chris was born in 1954, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. His childhood was a tough one. His stepfather was abusive, and his family struggled to make ends meet. But Chris always had this inner fire, partly thanks to his mom, who told him he could achieve anything he put his mind to. Fast forward to adulthood, things didn't get any easier. By the early 1980s, Chris was broke, raising his young son, Christopher Jr., all on his own. To make matters worse, they became homeless. Imagine sleeping in shelters, bus stations, and even public bathrooms while trying to find a way out of the mess. It sounds impossible, right? But Chris had bigger plans. He got a chance to join an unpaid internship at a stock brokerage firm. That meant working crazy hours, learning the ropes of finance, and still trying to keep his son fed and safe. Somehow he made it work. His dedication paid off when he landed a full-time job, and from there, he skyrocketed. In 1987, Chris started his own firm, Gardner Rich & Company, and became a millionaire. Today, he is an entrepreneur, an international best-selling author, and an award-winning film producer. Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran's journey from a small-town kid to a global music sensation is truly inspiring. Born on 1991 in Halifax, West Yorkshire, England, Ed grew up in a modest household. His parents were involved in the arts, which fostered his early love for music. However, his childhood wasn't without challenges. He faced bullying at school due to his red hair and glasses, experiences that left him feeling isolated. Despite these hardships, Ed found solace in music. He began singing in the church choir at the age of 4 and learned to play the guitar during his early years. At 14, Ed made the bold decision to move to London, determined to pursue a career in music. Life in the big city was tough. He often slept on friends' couches, or even on the London Underground train stations when he had nowhere else to go. He's even recalled sleeping under an arch outside Buckingham Palace, which had a heating duct, and it's where he wrote his song, Homeless. But his unwavering dedication kept him going. Ed's big break came in 2010 when he independently released an EP that caught the attention of actor and musician Jamie Foxx. Impressed by Ed's talent, Foxx invited him to perform on his radio show and stay at his home in Los Angeles. This exposure led to a recording contract with Asylum Records. Over the years, Ed's heartfelt lyrics and soulful melodies have earned him many awards, including multiple Grammys. Despite his fame, Ed remains grounded, often speaking about his humble beginnings and the importance of perseverance. Shahid Khan, an ordinary immigrant to America from Pakistan, found his path and created a business empire worth billions. This is the story of Shahid Rafiq Khan. the $13.7 billion businessman who owns one of the largest private companies in the country, Flex and Gate. He was born in Lahore, Pakistan, and grew up in modest family background. His mother was a professor of mathematics, and his father, Rafiq Khan, owned a shop that sold survey and drawing equipment. Seeking better opportunities, Shahed moved to the United States at the age of 16 to attend the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Arriving in America with just $500, Shahed wasn't ready for the challenges he was about to face. He spent his first night in the country at a $2 room in the YMCA and supported himself by doing jobs like washing dishes for $1.20 an hour. Despite the hardships, he remained focused on his education, earning a bachelor's degree in industrial engineering in 1971. After graduation, Shahed began working at Flex and Gate, an automotive manufacturing company. His innovative ideas and dedication led him to start his own company, Bumper Works, in 1978, which specialized in car bumpers. In 1980, he acquired Flex and Gate, merging it with Bumper Works. Under his leadership, the company expanded rapidly, becoming a major supplier to the automotive industry. Shahed's business acumen didn't stop there. In 2011, he ventured into sports by purchasing the NFL's Jacksonville Jaguars, becoming the league's first minority owner. 2 years later, he acquired the English football club Fulham FC, and today, he is one of the world's wealthiest individuals. Oprah Winfrey. I believe you know who this is. It's, of course, Oprah Winfrey. Now, can you imagine her wearing potato sacks for clothing? Well, it's true. This is how bad her childhood was. Oprah's rise to success is one of those stories that feels almost too inspiring to be true. Born in 1954 in rural Mississippi, Oprah had a pretty tough start. Her family didn't have much, and she spent part of her childhood with her grandmother, wearing clothes made out of potato sacks. Life was really tough, but even as a little girl, Oprah showed a spark for something more. Things didn't get easier when she moved in with her mom in Milwaukee. Oprah faced serious hardships, including abuse, and by the time she was 14, she had a son who tragically passed away shortly after birth. But Oprah wasn't the type to give up. After moving in with her dad in Nashville, her life started to change. Her father put a big focus on education, and Oprah started excelling in school. Oprah's big break came when she went to college at Tennessee State University and landed her first job in media as a news anchor. But she quickly realized news wasn't her thing. Her real gift was connecting with people. She moved to Chicago in 1984 to host a morning show, AM Chicago, and everything clicked. The show went from being low-rated to one of the highest-rated talk shows in the country, and it was renamed The Oprah Winfrey Show in 1986. What followed was a TV empire. Oprah became the go-to person for everything from self-help to celebrity interviews. But she didn't stop at TV. She built a massive media company, Harpo Productions, which gave her full control over her work. She became the first Black woman billionaire and made a huge impact with her philanthropy, especially with her school for girls in South Africa. Oprah's journey is a perfect example of how overcoming a rough start can lead to something extraordinary. From a childhood full of challenges to becoming one of the most influential women in the world, Oprah proves that anything's possible when you believe in yourself. And that's what you should practice: believing in yourself, your dreams, and your abilities. It's true that not everybody has a fair chance at success, but looking at all the people in today's video, you need to ask yourself this simple question: if they can do it, why can't I? That's it for today. I hope you work hard enough so that the impossible becomes possible for you. If you liked the video, please press the like button and subscribe for more interesting content. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you soon in another video.